We did this basic thing in which we talked about subject pronouns. We have objects over here. See, subject pronouns are the same, je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. Verbs are like this one, to speak. We have this is called er ending verb. Okay. What are conjugation of verbs? Like, why do we conjugate a verb? Conjugations. I'll just use a very easy verb right now. To eat in English, in French, we say it manger. 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 Okay, manger. If I have to say I eat apples, how will I put it in French? This is the main today's agenda that we are talking. So what happens is I eat, you eat, he eats. Now this changed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Why this happened?
It's because it
We
is he is a singular pronoun and you is for plural and singular as well, and I with I we don't use s and es.
Hmm. Yeah. So you guys, Tulika, do you agree with this?
yeah, basically we use the verb correctly according to the subject.
Perfect. Yeah, both of you are correct. Both of you, completed what I was gonna say. So what happens is, uh, according to the subject, the conjugation of the verb it changes. Okay. Now in English, there is not a lot of difference in the verb. See, to eat, I eat, you eat, he eats, we eat, you eat, they eat. Subject pronouns and verbs, they link each other in terms of its conjugations. The verbs will conjugate itself depending on what subject pronoun that we have or what subject pronoun are we talking about. In French, what is happening? Same thing. Manger means to eat. It will change according to the subject pronouns, but it will the spelling will become different in most cases. So if I say I eat, it will be je mange. Now R is getting eliminated. See, manger over here, this is infinitive verb. Do you guys understand by what are infinitive verbs? Verbs which basically does not define any tense. It does not define any time. See, if I say to eat, like when to eat, are you eating right now? Are you done eating, or will you eat afterwards? It does not define any tense, it does not define any time. If I want to convert this infinitive verb into present, we use he eats or I eat, something like that. If I convert it into past, we say he ate. If I convert it into future, we say he will eat. This is the present, right? He eats. Same thing, to eat means to manger. We have this in infinitive. If we want to convert it into present tense, what happens is we conjugate it according to the rule, just like a er ending verb rule. Okay, so this is the verb. It's ending with er, so it's called er ending verb. Okay, and then we conjugate the verb. What happens with is, if we have verb er ending verb. See, we also have other verbs like parler. It's an er ending verb which means to speak. Visiter, er ending verb which means to visit. Okay, so all of these verbs which are ending with er, they get conjugated like this. Let's take an example. So this is a verb. This is an year ending verb. For any verb, we have two things. One is stem, which doesn't change. Okay, and then we have stem and the suffix, which changes. So suffix is er, which will change according to the conjugation, and it will change this way. So what will happen is stem is parle, suffix is er, and er will be getting replaced by these six patterns depending on what subject pronoun we are conjugating it with. Plus verb is comprised of what? Stem plus er. Stem will remain the same, parle, and this will change according to the subject pronoun. Je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, elle. So if I say you guys, we have to just conjugate this. I speak French, you speak French, we speak French, they speak French, he, she, it speaks French. We just have to, what we will have to do in that case, we will just have to conjugate this according to the subject pronouns. These are the subject pronouns, right? What we will do, we will use that same pattern. So if it's je, it's e. If it's tu, es. If it's il, on, e. Nous, we have ons. Vous, we have ez. Il, elle, we have ent. Okay, so instead of er, we will be using these endings, and the stem will remain the same. Okay, so now, Abhishek, can you tell me conjugation for this? Je, I speak French.
Je parle.
Je, yeah. So can you spell it? How will you write it?
Parle.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah, perfect. Now, I'll only correct a little bit of your pronunciation. It won't be spelled as it won't be spelled as a, not je parle, but it will be spelled as parle. Don't convert the sound into a. Keep it a. Je parle. Tulika, now can you say you speak French?
I cannot pronounce it, but I can spell it.
Yeah, spell it.
Parles.
Perfect. I'll write that with red. Why? Because it will change according to the subject. Now you say it. Now when we have e and s together, you say it as a. Okay, tu parle. Same with
To
ez. When we
parle.
have when we have es and ez together, we say a. Tu parle. He or she speaks French, or one speaks French.
It would be Parle. Pa.
Parl. Parle. Now, Abhishek, can you do these two?
Parlons. Parlons. Parlons.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Nous
I can't pronounce
parlons.
it.
Now, this one. Try this one.
Uh, vous.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Parlez.
Yeah. Z. Z.
Z.
Like in French, you say it Z. Okay. Z.
Z. Z.
Now, Tulika, can you try this one?
It would be Parlent.
Perfect. Okay. Now, what is happening? This is changing according to the subject. It is not pronounced at all. ENT is not pronounced at all. It's just pronounced as in this. Elle parle. Okay, you're pronouncing it as parle, but you just write it. When you write French, you have to write ENT at the end, but you never pronounce ENT. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. If you'll just have to define it, can each one of you, starting with Tulika, can you just make your definition about the conjugation and tell me what do you mean by conjugations?
Removing the suffix of any word according to the subject.
Okay, and Abhishek?
Like in English, we use he eats. So just like that, it is in French. So where to use eat, where to use eats, where to use ate, where to use eaten or something. I mean, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. The suffix of the verb will change according to the subject pronoun, and that changes are basically just called as conjugations. Yeah, so you are correct as well. It defines the tense of the verb, if it's a present, future, or past. But right now we're only covering present, so you don't have to worry about the other ones. Okay, so these are basically what are called the conjugations of the verbs.